All right. Well, again, so I apologize. I'm at a bachelor party in Savannah, so kind of a noisy environment, probably somewhat suboptimal. But in any case, the game actually originally started when I was in college as a project for me to learn how to do graphical applications on Linux, which I had never done before. And so I feel like whenever you want to learn something new, one of the best ways to do it is to try to come up with a project that is important to you that you think actually will be valuable, and go try to do everything you can to make that work. And that's how the game started. And I worked on it for I guess about 2 or 3 months, and then came up with a new idea for a different application, something unrelated called Keops that probably nobody ever used, which was a way to sort of discover other applications, other computers that were on your network, identify their operating systems, and make how they connected together, and then make it easy to access them. And that was really cool until firewalls and
Oh, geez, I can imagine.
So hopefully that was a good stream of consciousness. And originally, Game was started to just do the AOL Instant Messenger protocol. And then after a while, AOL came after me saying, well, you can't put the AOL Instant Messenger. And so we changed the name to Game, all lowercase, without it actually standing in particular. And that was okay for a while until I guess they changed their minds.
So the name change, the lowercase stuff actually started with you? I thought that happened later.
The transition to lowercase started with me because it was when AOL sued, they sued to get us not to call it AIM because they had a trademark on AIM.
Okay.
And then we went to this idea that we could just call it Game without it being the GTK AOL Instant Messenger, because obviously calling it the GTK AOL Instant Messenger was, in fact, obviously was infringing on their trademark of AOL.
Right.
They were fine with Game. Keep in mind that they did not apply for the Game trademark until after, and they did not apply for the Game trademark until after Game was created.
Oh, jeez.
We were defended by the American University, I think in Washington, D.C., who did sort of a pro bono defense for us. And I sort of felt like we probably could have kept the Game name, but at that point, Sean was defending it, and I think he probably made the right move by deciding this was a battle that wasn't worth fighting. And
right.
And focusing on the development and stuff instead, which was obviously more important than whether it was called Game or something. Plus, by that time, I mean, obviously we did so many other protocols, the AOL protocol, that it made sense to anyway.
Right. Jeez. Well, that's crazy. I didn't realize that the initial name change went all the way that far back. And I mean, I've been around in the project since 2003, so it's just like, really? Wow.
Yeah, the GTK AOL just Game happened probably within the first year. So I was not the maintainer at that point, but it did happen sort of on my watch. I was not the primary maintainer in any case.
Gotcha. Was that back when it was Sid Logan, I think? I don't remember all the names.
Maybe. From me, I think Jim Duchek was the first maintainer after me. And then I don't remember where it went off after that.
Gotcha.
We did have, in Auburn, where we did have a game developer conference. It involved myself, Jeremy, and Jeremy Crawford, Tori Cyril, and Rob Flynn.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I reached out to Rob Flynn for tonight, and unfortunately he was unable to make it. But, I mean, this was all last minute, so I should thank everyone again for coming by, too, or making the time. So, yeah, so that was the early days. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, I guess I would say the thing that I most want to add is I'm so thankful for all the people who took that original open source project and gave it life. And the idea that here, literally almost 20 years later, I hate to admit that it's been that long, but nearly 20 years later, here we are talking about the same application that people still are using. It would never happen if it wasn't for open source and all the people who put their time into actually making the product what it is today. And I've been so fortunate to be part of not just Gaim and Pidgin, but obviously another very large project that has had it's extended long beyond involvement.
Yeah.
So
right.
thank you guys.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you for starting it too. I mean, Pidgin was my first big open source experience, so I mean, if you hadn't started it, where would I have been? You know? Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Somebody else is trying to get in here, but I don't. I got to preview.